Welcome back, guys. Oh, I haven't done my stretches yet. I'm a little burnt on my face, but I got my table set up. I think we're ready to go. All right, guys. First of all, good morning, guys. Welcome back to the stream. Woo! First, we're going to review the watch list, and then we're going to trade the market open like we do every day the market's open. Hopefully, you guys had a good 3-day weekend, had a great Labor Day. It's Tuesday today, so, 4-day week here. So let's see what we can squeeze out of it. It's the 8th of September, and it's 9:16 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So we got another 14 minutes before the market opens at 9:30, and then we'll wrap up usually around 10:30, and we keep on talking till about 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. There's a few tickers we'll be talking about right now. It looks like it's going to be a bit more of a kind of mid to large cap day. I actually did one trade on Tesla. I totally fumbled it at the worst time. Made like $12 on it. Could have had like a 2-3% trade, unfortunately. We'll talk about that one in a second. I'm watching NKLA, LUB, a lot of good stuff here. Quick reminder for everyone that's new, this is for education and entertainment purposes only. My trades are quick and not meant to be followed. Always know yourself why you are entering and exiting a stock. This community, guys, is a place for us to help each other. Please don't spam. Bunch of FAQs in the video description below, and let's keep talking here. So, change of scenery. You guys probably noticed I'm right now in Peniche. It's like a little town in Lisbon, little surf town. It's kind of fun, waking up early here and then going out for a little, 2-hour surf session, then getting some work done. It's a different vibe for sure. Tracy says you look and feel good this morning. Thanks, I feel good. My face is a little burnt, and it's it has like a tired feeling when it feels like that. So other than that, I feel okay. The neck is good, although looking to the right is a little tight. So it's been like that for now since Monday last week. It's kind of crazy. So I don't know, maybe I need a massage. Let's talk about LUB, kind of popping up here, a little bit of a late one. 20 million float. One of the smaller floats actually today. We have a lot of kind of larger caps. It's a U.S. restaurant company. It looks like it's going bankrupt, and they're planning some liquidations, and they have some dissolving plans here. We could just pull it up right now. Liquidation, dissolution. Widens Q3 loss from a year ago. So they already had a loss a year ago. So Corona was really even worse. So it looks like they regained compliance with the New York Stock Exchange, but I think they have to be over $4 to regain compliance again. So they fell under compliance, which makes me think they had a reverse split or so. I don't see a reverse split here, but something happened for them to regain compliance in this area. So I'm not totally sure what that was. Looks like maybe earnings. So it looks like their earnings were bad, but they beat estimates possibly. It's on the 6th. In-store sales were up a little bit. Yeah, I don't know. I don't have too many hopes for LUB in terms of long-term play. But we are, seeing some good momentum in this one, and this is probably one of the better small cap gappers right now. We have that pre-market high at 189. So far, we weren't really able to break past it. We have big support around 1.7. And right now, where are we? Like at a 180. And that 170 right here below, kind of 165 to 170 key support zone, we're kind of like in this 180. So big question, can we break past these kind of opens and closes in this area? And then we have to break past 2 and 215. It's a bit of probably a tough stock to see some upside potential in. I think there's a lot of resistance on this one. But I think some sort of move out of the gates would be nice. Maybe a red to green move. I don't know. I'm going to be a little bit cautious here. We'll see what happens the next 10 minutes. I was wondering how the waves were. The waves are crazy. I mean, we're talking like 6 foot. I mean, there's barrels left and right. I was like, woo! Last time I surfed was in Thanksgiving in Florida. I mean, I grew up surfing, so I'm pretty used to it, but I'm definitely a bit of rusty for sure. So I was kind of caught off guard by a few waves. Good fun though. I bought a board down here, so it's good fun. Yeah, LUB looks very risky. How do I feel about the SPCE swing? Oh man, honestly, guys, today we're going to be talking about swings and investments, I think, kind of a lot. My space swing, obviously, not looking too hot, but I feel fairly confident in this overall ticker. I feel like, between 14, 15, and kind of like $16 right around here is a lot of support. Obviously, our average is a bit high at the moment. It's like 16.8, so it's a little bit higher. I'm not totally sure if we're going to retest $18. If we do retest 18, depending on how we look, I would probably close this trade, take some small profits and walk away. My original move was looking for that, break over 19 then sell into the 20s. I'm not sure if we're going to really strive for something like that anymore, but this might be one of the last big sell-off days, and then there might be a nice little retrace. So that's kind of what I'm expecting here. Talking about Tesla, for example. Oh, let me quickly switch my account. This is a good time, guys, to just check all your settings. Make sure your good till cancel extended hours is in the right settings. Make sure everything's looking good. Well, just a little bit of lag here for a second. Ugh, really don't like the lag. Freaks me out every time. Oh man, you guys want to see a trade I absolutely butchered this morning? You guys are gonna make fun of me. All right, I'm gonna show you guys. So this is so embarrassing too. I had a really nice entry. Well, actually, the entry was a little bit premature here at 53.53. And then I averaged down here a little bit, and then we were up, like 50, $60, and then we pulled back, and then I was like, oh man, you know what? This looks like it's on its way to break 350. I closed this trade right here at 354, walked away with like my, 0.1% profit. It was a bigger size, and literally after that, it goes exactly to where I had my original sell. So I moved my sell order down. If we go to canceled orders, or let's see, working orders, canceled orders, you can see I canceled the sell for Tesla at 357 and 358. And if we just come over here back to the charts, we went even past that, and we went even all the way to VWAP. So yeah, that's kind of annoying. Could have walked away with like $100, $150 profit there, depending what I would have done. Oh well. I think Tesla I'm going to be watching out of the gates. I would like to see a dip under 350. I'm going to probably start accumulating. I think it's a little bit overly sold off right now. Last time we came to this 180-day moving average, we saw a lot of support. Not to mention we have a huge amount of support from this kind of former area. We have some bodies in here at 333. We have some wicks here, a little into like the 338 zone, maybe even 340. So I'm going to be looking for Tesla to sell off, and then I would like to do like maybe a red to green at like 340. I don't know if it's going to happen, but if I see it, I would like to take advantage of it. I don't know, Trayvon. It depends. Are you swing trading? Are you investing? If you're investing, maybe average down. If you're swing trading, I try not to risk more than 10% on a swing trade. So it really depends on what your risk tolerance is on that. NKLA, I'm watching it on my second screen. A little bit lost for words on it at the moment. 100 million float, U.S. auto manufacturer, GEM has 11% stake. They have a partnership now. It looks really, really good. Took a small trade on NK. Actually, it ended up being a bigger size, almost $5,000 share size. Try to do this VWAP bounce, but I bought a little bit too soon on it, and then I averaged down, and then I kind of just got out on the retrace, which was really good. Sold right kind of at that last moment of possible retrace possibility. Didn't try to get greedy, didn't stick with my losing trade, just kind of closed it. However, now it's pulling back up above this kind of key VWAP zone, 9 EMAs right below, volume's picking up, looks kind of good. NKLA is definitely another ticker that we might want to be trading today. That's really nice partnership news. I love it. It's an EV company. It's going to try to take some market share from maybe Tesla. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens, but this was a big move. You gotta admit though, relative volume is still kind of on the lower end, but it is only pre-market, so this could easily go over 20 million volume today. So keep an eye out for that. I'm not crazy about our lead gappers, our original lead gappers. It's really not. That's kind of why I'm not talking about them too much. ALBO, 12 million float, US biotech, 12 million float's kind of interesting. I really don't like the price category. I don't, phase 3 trial sounds good, usually pretty decent catalyst, but it's a little bit hard to judge this one. I feel like it's not our typical play, so I'm not sure if I'm gonna be watching this one out of the gates. Yeah, I still need to change this. Caleb, I adjusted some of my settings on my pre-market scanner. Here, let me quickly show you some of the settings. Take a quick screenshot. We got another 2.5 minutes, so I don't have too much time. But I constantly tweak it. Sometimes I'm missing some tickers that you guys are looking at. I'm like, what's wrong with my scanner? And then sometimes I notice that there's something wrong or something's not set up right. So take maybe a quick screenshot here. These are my current settings. But I do often kind of try to keep tweaking them. This pretty much catches everything except, obviously, under 20 cents, above $50, they'll disappear. So like Tesla, for example, won't be on my gap scanner. I'm thinking about just making this max though, but I don't know. Actually, let's just set it for max and then, see what kind of interesting stuff kind of pops up from there. Computer's a little slow right now. My God, I can't wait for that new laptop that's going to be coming at one point. Yeah, this thing's really hot. Another minute and a half here till the market opens, guys. Hope everyone's calm and collected, feeling good. Recording software is looking all right. That's always a good sign. NKLA is pushing back just a bit. New laptop's probably going to come around November. I'm waiting for the Cyber Monday. LUB, look at this. Really pushing up here, guys. Big resistance around $2. If I wanted to trade LUB, I'd be looking for that 1K kind of position size, 1,000 shares, and then kind of go from there. Keeping an eye on Tesla as well. So here's Tesla. We'll see how this one updates. I'll leave this growth swing box open just so we can kind of keep an eye on it. All right, guys, good luck, everyone. Tesla's at 353. I'm looking for that 340 zone. NKLA selling off just a tad. Look at this, LUB pushing a possible move over that $2. No major surprise there, I feel like. So let's see if it happens. Ooh, big sell-off. 6%. So we opened up here, down about 6%. NKLA selling off as well. XPEV under 18. I have a swing limit order possibly around, I think, 16.3 on that one. There's a VWAP bounce. Looking actually pretty sweet on that VWAP bounce. NKLA breaking VWAP, guys. So far it held. Tesla at 355. I'm watching that one as well. Calm and collected here. No need to rush into anything. Wow, very strong sell-off on LUB at the moment. Would be a bit nervous for this VWAP zone to crack. NKLA possible retest here. First entry on NKLA. Small size, about 2,000 shares. Looking for that next move, looking for some support to come in here, but I'm not sure if we're going to get it. A little bit more sell-off than I was hoping for. I think I'm going to actually close this one. Let's kind of keep watching. 45. Yeah, not looking too good. I'm actually going to close my NKLA position. I took like a $40, $50 loss on this one. Mainly because that sell-off, I was looking for a pullback and the pullback did not work. So this looks like a bit more of a retrace entirely. So got to be careful, guys. Looks like it's going to keep selling off. TSLA into that kind of critical zone. I have a limit order on this one actually at 343. So let's see what happens. And if I might average down from there. NKLA sold off again. So good thing we got out of this one. See a lot of you guys calling out LUB. Nice little break higher here. This one's a little bit all over the place, making me a little bit unsure how I'd want to trade this one. That was a big move though on it. NKLA coming to some $44 support. I'm pretty sure it's probably going to crack through that. Maybe not right away, but most likely at some point. Watch out, guys. Remember, if you don't know what to trade, if you don't understand what's going on, No need to rush into anything. Tesla's down around 16%. I really don't see this one going down much more. Like I said, I would like to see like 340, and then I'd probably be jumping on it. LUB, big sell-off here. Really big sell-off. Looks like 155 to like 16 could be some really nice support. I'm not sure if it's going to go all the way back to that. I think it's going to have probably a VWAP retest really soon. That could land you about 8%, so pretty nice, but this could be the retest. ALBO monster sell-off. Yeah, I wasn't super stoked about that one. I didn't really get it. I didn't really like what I was seeing, so... Hope you're able to manage some risk on that, man. That was a mean flush on this one. So I only have one trade so far pre-market. NKLA at 46.5, sold at 45.5, lost about $1 a share. So I was down probably about $1 on that one. Not really the worst trade, but I managed my risk okay. So that kind of makes me feel somewhat okay. There we go. NKLA is dumping again. Lead gappers here are ALBO. LUB and SPR. BBI is another one to think about with that DNA vaccine for coronavirus in USA. Collaboration, 25 billion float, US biotech. Kind of sounds pretty good. BBI does actually look pretty interesting here. Possible pullback and then some continuation. Could be seeing a break of $1 on this one. .7 for NASDAQ. Looks like it found a little bit of a base here. So that break over $1, kind of 97 zone, could be quite big for this ticker. Look at that quick sell-off. This is why I don't usually like the sub-dollar ones, because they tend to move in ways that are a little bit more harder to predict, less clean, bigger spreads. Yeah, they're messy. Corey says no trades yet for me, watching Tesla like a hawk. Looks like it's going to break that 350 zone pretty soon here. I'm going to probably buy some Tesla in my long-term account as well today, or I might hold off for another like 3-4 days, but probably buy in this. I'm gonna cancel this trade for now. I'd rather watch it. Still watching AKLA. Oh, sorry about that. NKLA around 42, I feel like would be really, really interesting. I'm going to keep an eye on that. Maybe even a break of 42. Yeah, I mean, this is what we were talking about pre-market, that today is probably most likely going to be a small cap kind of, I mean, a large cap, mid to large cap kind of day. Yeah, the guy in the comments, yeah, Jill. Yeah, I feel you, man. So far, no real trades for me, just that NKLA small one. Yeah, KCAC. Yeah, man, if you're on a flow with a ticker, just keep on milking it until you kind of get out of that flow. So if you're on a good ticker, you know, trade what you like. Doesn't really matter what everyone else is trading. Look at Tesla now kind of ripping down here. Trading large caps is always a little bit more tricky. 5-6% move right now. It's a lot of selling pressure. I'd be treating this one a little bit more like a very slow swing trade. We're down here 18% so far. That break of 340 is going to be an interesting spot. Back to 342. So this is what we were talking about earlier, that this kind of 330 zone, huge support. This is a pretty serious break of the 180-day moving average. So this looks like more of a downtrend than an actual kind of consolidation here, and then a bounce off of the the 180 simple moving average. So just kind of keep that in mind. Let's check out the last time. It was a bit more of a downtrend than just a simple retest. Looks like we pulled back here below it, and then we had a nice little bounce back to it. So really, really nice, kind of a juicy turnaround point. Anything under this 180 zone. Looks like we went down like 9% from it or so. It's in 38s now. $37, $36. Lot of sell-off so far. No rush with Tesla. Let's see if it gets to the bottom half of this kind of support zone, and then I wouldn't mind holding it till like about noon if that's even going to be an option. So we'll see what kind of happens. We'll see how this one sells off. Look for about like a 5K position size on TSLA. This is a ticker I'd probably even consider holding overnight at the current sell-off kind of support zone. BBI dropped quick, and these tickers today are just sketchy. Sir Richard Branson was not nice to me this morning. Were you in Virgin? Oh, you're probably Space, right? Is that what Twitter told everyone? Man, the 2 weeks leading up to Apple and Twitter split, every day on the live stream we were saying, that there's typically a run-up leading to the splits, and then they sell off after the split. So do not hold your positions after the split, at least based on historical data, right? If something happened in the past, does not guarantee anything, but history does tend to have a little bit of a rhyme to it. Thanks, Constantine. This will be a bit of a longer trip, kind of like a staycation for the next 4 weeks. Nice, Kingship. Sweet little bounce here on TSLA. Maybe. You know, only 1.8%. I'm looking for even a bigger move, a bigger sell-off than that, and then start, you know, kind of averaging down. Let's see how low this can go. How low can you go? How low can you go? NKLA popped back above the 9 EMA, found some support or a little above 42. The first trading day after a 3-day weekend is always a little bit iffy, you know, especially when the markets are like this crazy. Some people might be making, you know, like a 4 or 5 day weekend. Some people might take this whole week off. Markets are selling off in general, back to school a little bit as well, kind of the question mark there. People don't know, probably like myself, if I should be trading small caps or large caps. Just because the markets are open does not mean you have to trade. Average on RXT 2.8, 20.8. That's tough to say, man. We'll definitely talk about some swings in a little bit, including RXT. Maybe it's going to have another kind of retest here at 20. It's tough to say. Selling volume did slow down a little bit. I'm a little bit undecided with rack space. We did a swing on this one not too long ago. Bought the pullback here and then kind of sold, I think somewhere here in the 21.30 zone. At the moment, I have no trade on it. We'll definitely talk a bit more about swings in the soon. After like 10:30. 9:47. I only got one trade in. It's almost depressing. I'm gonna keep a close eye on Tesla. I kind of just want to keep watching this one move. CLSK, man, I can't believe I missed that entry at $7, man. I was even made a whole video on it. That makes it even worse. Like, I don't care about a missed trade that I wasn't looking at, but I mean that was like in the crosshairs. I didn't jump on it. All calm right now. If anything, NKLA, man, this might even be the one to possibly buy on this pullback, but I'm not really sold on it yet. Maybe if we have a bit more clear setup on it, especially like a 5-minute setup, we'll see. Take this opportunity for a little bathroom break. I'll be right back. Had a lot of coffee just now. Man, yesterday everything was selling off so much. I feel like I couldn't even, my brain was just not even functioning properly. Or not yesterday, Friday. Although, you know, we bought some really, really good positions as well. So I think I did okay. I just missed that one really obvious setup. NKLA doing a VWAP retest. Still don't really have that confidence to jump on it just yet. Put an alert here on Tesla. Maybe we're going to sell off again. Next sell off under 135. I'm going to probably start accumulating. Nothing's set in stone, but that's kind of my current thesis until maybe some new news or price action persuades me otherwise. NIO, I know you guys are looking at this one. Quite a little wacky tacky ticker here, huh? All over the place. This one's had quite a big climb. That's oftentimes in the past why I wasn't trading NIO. I just didn't like this big climb in terms of day trading a ticker. That, you know, that was $1.16, up 20 times from that pretty much. Made me a little bit nervous. I mean, if NIO comes out with offering news, you know, just like Tesla did, I think it's going to be much, much more of a dip than Tesla. I mean, I'm talking like 50%, just like that. And that typically happens after 10:30 or pre-market. So I would probably trade NIO in the next, you know, 30, 40 minutes. But after that, I don't know if I'm going to be paying too much attention on it. This break back above has not as much volume as I probably would have wanted to see, but at the same time, probably wanted, you know, at least there's a ticker going the right direction. Last time, sometime last week on NIO. Gotcha. Yeah, they had a pretty mean little double top there. Wasn't able to break higher. Price at 17, so that offering was at 17 on the 31st. So yeah, okay, that's a classic kind of danger zone spot. Gotcha. Well, I went back to 17 then. NKLA, guys, looks like it's going to break VWAP. Keeping a close eye on it. CRBP. Pharmaceutical company. Did they do an offering? Not sure what's going on here. Okay, so their phase 3 study did not go as planned. So this thing was all up on rumor and then fell off a cliff on the news. Dangerous stuff. Nothing new on a biotech. Is it a good long-term play? I have no idea. I have absolutely zero idea. I don't know much about this company, which would be obviously fundamental for a long-term play. But when a company sells off this much, sometimes it does keep selling off. So if CRBP reached $1, I would not be surprised. And if it bounced, you know, 50, 100% off $1, I would also not be surprised. But right now, day trading CRBP is a bit slow. So I wouldn't really be interested in trading this ticker right now. It looks like it's still going to just continue selling off. Had a nice little red to green move right out of the gates. That could have been maybe a time to trade it. I don't know. NKLA back above VWAP. Two failed spikes, though, on LUB. Just keep that in mind, guys. Very, very sketchy. Little quick reminder here, 20 million float, U.S. restaurant company. They're doing liquidations. This company is definitely it looks like probably like it's going nowhere long term. So a lot of people are going to take advantage of this spike to get out of this ticker. Yeah, liquidation, the proceeds are going to go to the shareholders. And unless you have premium stock, then most likely you won't see anything of that. Small caps are very light right now. Tesla at 347. Space, we're just about break even on this one. Again, it's nice to see that. Markets are still selling off. I think there's going to be a second round of sell-off coming before noon, but that's just a total speculation kind of thought. Gotcha, Aaron. Thanks for letting us know about that. So LUB, the values of the assets is $3 to $4 a share. NKLA, just completed technically a red to green move. We have that former high here at 48, but so far this thing is actually holding, is actually looking kind of good. Remember, NKLA has really strong news with that 11% GM stake and partnership deal. This is a bigger company, but I like to see that action. See you guys calling out FMCI. Don't see any news on this one at the moment. Let me know if you guys know what the catalyst is when you guys call it a ticker. Yeah, NKLA is getting ready for that double top at 48, so we'll see what kind of setup it's going to provide. That's really what I'm looking at the moment. Let me turn down this light just a tad. Hopefully that's not too dark, but it was glaring in my face. I was like, oh. High 37, 30, 23, 78. Sell volume was decreasing. That is a good sign. Don't know enough about this ticker. The volume's not that crazy high on this one. But the moves are okay. No news, just FOMO. Gotcha, gotcha. That's funny. Apple's another one I'd want to add to my long-term portfolio. Tough one to day trade. You're competing against the world with Apple. You're competing against algorithms, bots, and everything. It's just tricky ticker. I'd rather trade small caps, day trade small caps, swing trade mid caps and large caps, and invest in everything else pretty much that I just generally like. So NKLA just broke here past $48. Looking for this one to maybe do a retrace at one point and then maybe think about, where could be a good setup for that. But this is looking pretty strong at the moment. Big support on Boeing at 150. My flight to Lisbon was fully booked. I mean, that flight was jam-packed. So Boeing, I think, is another ticker that I would either swing trade on any major dips or just start buying into an investment account. I think that'd probably be the best way to play BA. I do think it's going to probably break back above 200 at one point in the somewhat near future in the next few months, and then maybe even go all the way back to 350 and quicker than we all imagine. It's hard to say, but we'll see. LUB is still technically the second best lead gapper, and I'd probably argue the best small cap out there right now because ALBO isn't necessarily a small cap. NKLA looking really strong here. Finviz shows no dividends on Boeing. Does it have dividends? I guess they stopped their dividends. That's what my guess would be. I missed that news. But I'd probably wait to buy Boeing till at least 150, maybe even a crack of 150, then start accumulating under 150. I feel like that's how I would most want to play BA. And KLA having that dip we were talking about. New 5 minutes going to start. in pretty much 4.5 minutes. So we got plenty of time on NKLA for looking for a dip on this one. I like that first shoulder being higher. So it wasn't a clear double top. It was a little bit of a possible change of direction. See if how much 47 is going to break. Back above the 9 EMA. It's like a 2% bounce already, not too bad. Tesla broke VWAP. Yeah, it's at 350. Good call. Nasdaq's still down about 3% though. Nice bounce here on NKLA. Hopefully somebody got that. I missed it. I was looking for a little bit bigger of a pullback. Didn't happen. I'm not sure about the overall market right now with the SPY. We could look at it in a bit. See how much the overall market's actually following. So yeah, SPY here. We got a lot of tickers that are looking very similar to the market. Even NKLA is resembling it just a tad bit. So the larger the market cap, the more you end up kind of trading the overall market. With the small caps, there's much less affiliation to what the SPY is doing. $10.10 here. I'm going to give it like another 20 minutes or so, and then I'll probably be focused a bit more on swing trades. Seeing if we can do a bit more day trading on NKLA. Was kind of interested in LUB, but not crazy about it. Especially with that failed break above $2. Wouldn't be surprised if it flushed below VWAP pretty soon. And almost every other ticker, small cap wise, just has no volume. Well, Mike, I don't think you missed too much, so no worries. Yeah. Let's go back to KCAC on the 4 hour. Light volume on KCAC today, almost like no volume. Big breakout here. No news looks like it popped up. It's kind of interesting. I would love, honestly, just to kind of take today, chill, and then look for buying some swing trades on any sort of bigger dip in the SPY. If we get a second move down around noon or before noon, or maybe this afternoon it's going to be dipping one last time, or who knows, maybe it's going to keep dipping. And KCAC just got a high of day breakout. David, I'm not sure how healthy that is. So our space account, this was a nice little climb on space. Looks like I'm actually back at the green on SPCE with our swing trade account. Yeah, I mean, this would even be a time to consider maybe even closing this one out. We did average down here a little bit. I would probably be looking for that kind of move into the 17s. This was, we're not really seeing that much volume, but we did have a new break here. That does look kind of good. Maybe we'll see something go into the 17s or 725s. But just being green on this one alone is, we kind of overstayed our welcome on SPCE several times. So our average is at 16.8 now on this one. So we're just up like $10 on it. So yeah, our swing trades were up on the day $160, mainly due to space, because SPCE we were down pretty much $170, and today we pretty much got back in the green. So how are we going to look to trade SPCE? I don't know. I do think that maybe we will see a bit of a break above 17, getting to the 18s, and maybe even back into the 19s. I mean, that's kind of been my original thesis. So, do I want to, get out of this trade now? Or do I want to, see if we can retest these kind of higher zones? And I do think that we could retest one of these higher zones. So maybe waiting is the best idea. Or what I could do is just kind of take profits, get out of this one now, and then buy again, maybe on a retest of 16, which is probably pretty likely. The problem is this account is a cash account, so I have to wait those 2 days. If this was my unlimited account, it would be a different way to play it. So it's always like one of those kind of iffy moments with these cash accounts, because sometimes you just don't really want to close the position. So I'll see if maybe space has a break over 17. If it does, I'll probably take profits. If it doesn't, I'll probably consider holding it a little bit longer. I think that's how I'm going to play it for now. Well, you guys know that I'm holding LMND as well. So we were accumulating LMND on Friday, and we also bought some of our first positions on LMND on that first break of 50 into the 48s. So I'm looking to hold this one till about, I'm looking for that retrace back above 50, and then I want to maybe sell on the 9 EMA retest. Not sure, you know, how much more it's going to go from there. NKLA, guys, breaking above 49.7. This is looking good. This is looking really, really good. Yeah, Corey, nice. Just take the profits and walk away, man. I totally feel you on it. What's a little bit annoying on LMND is like we had another limit order on this one. Again, just gets so close to it and we missed our entry. So I was kind of hoping to accumulate a little bit more here in the 40s, 44s, but yeah, we'll see. Most likely, I'm not going to do any more accumulation on LMND at this time. So I'll put alert here if LMND does break 45. If it does, you know, I'd probably jump on some size on that. SPCE just broke. Just broke that key 17 zone. Look at that 9 EMA retest. Yeah. Oops, wrong account. Oops. It's gonna try one more time maybe. Let's see, sellers at 15. $98. I hate always chasing these exits. They're sometimes annoying. Yeah, should have forced it. Well, let's just see what happens here for a second. I think SPCE just saw my order and it decided to do a little bit of a U-turn. Here we go. Retesting 98. Always a little bit annoying when you try to close out an order. Let's see here. The first order would have actually went through probably perfectly, but I was actually just in the wrong account. I didn't notice it. Good thing I actually got a alert because I would have actually went short, which I didn't want to do, obviously. Let's see if we can just get out of this one at this point. Nice. Okay, so we closed SPCE like I wanted to. If we broke 17, obviously I had to kind of give back a little bit, like 10 bucks, not a big deal. So that was my goal. What I'm going to be looking for now with SPCE is that move either back to 16 or 15, buy some more. Hopefully that's not, you know, I don't know when it's going to happen because this is a cash account. If it happens soon, like today or tomorrow, and I don't have the cash on SPCE, then, or in this cash account, then I'll do my unlimited account, as that account will have cash in it since it's a margin account. So we'll see how to trade this one. I also have my position here with CLSK. It's not a wide position, it's just a limit order. I might go ahead and remove this for now. I don't know. I'll just leave it for now, and then I'll remove it if I want to maybe put that cash into space instead. So just kind of moving money around at this point. Yeah, I would love to hold space for a longer swing trade as well. That's kind of been my goal for a while. So, but again, I don't really think that this overall market sell-off is just over just yet, and I would like to buy space at a lower price again. So yeah, at least we got out before that little bit of a dump that just happened, so that's kind of nice. Kind of annoying that we didn't get that break of 17 because that was my original goal, but oh well. Put an alert here. Nice little bounce here on Tesla. So I should have been a little bit more aggressive. What I should have done on the break of 340, just start accumulating. I was looking for that kind of a little bit closer to maybe 330 or so. So I was a little bit too conservative there. Really nice bounce on TSLA overall. 10% move, guys. Congrats to anyone that jumped on that move. Really, really. I mean, Tesla was down like 16% today. I thought it was totally, or it was actually down 18% at one point. So Tesla being oversold, I think, was just facts. I think everyone was kind of on board with that, but yeah, kind of missed it. Nice, Peter. Sweet entry. Yeah, I'm watching NKLA. Really, really sweet here. Move over 50. It gets some beautiful pullbacks, NKLA as well. Very, very slow day for me today. Small caps just were really not something I'd want to be trading. Looks like the SPY might be bouncing up here again, so it looks like SPY might have found some support. I did kind of feel like this whole sell-off was a tad bit unwarranted, but it's a little bit hard to say. Would also not be surprised if for the next 1 or 2 weeks it kept on pulling back. BTC was below 10,000 again. Would be really nice to scoop some of that up in my long-term account. You see, every time it's below 10,000, you get these huge wicks of buyers coming in. So big support, BTC under 10,000. Really good to see that. Looks like a bit of a bear flag here on Procter & Gamble. Looks like they're just beginning a little bit of a descent. I'd be a little bit nervous here at PG. It's totally up to you, Tyler, man. Again, I have no idea if it's going to shoot up. I was looking for that entry in the 30s, but I missed it. It was just a little bit too conservative for kind of no reason. So kind of an interesting little reflection there. I pretty much called out that move, but happens. I don't really see a move on Procter & Gamble until it sells off just a little bit more. P&G, though, follows the market so closely. This is insane. Not sure about the ES futures. Let me look those up. Yeah, not sure about that, TA. Thanks for Molly. I'll dim this light again, 1 second. Alright, that should actually be a little bit better here. Got a bit more light. Except, nah, it kind of makes my face even darker somehow. Oh well. Not totally sure about the ES futures, to be honest. I'm still looking that up, but don't really have an answer for you. If anyone knows about the ES futures, feel free to chime in. Okay, so looks like their E-mini S&P 500 futures are a little bit cheaper. Well, why don't we just check it out ourselves? So we go to SPY. At 337 right now, kind of creeping higher here. Looks like a pretty solid bottom bounce on SPY. And then ES. Oops. Here we go. You always have to put a slash in front of it for the futures. Much more expensive. Yeah, I'm not totally sure. I could not answer that at the moment. I'm reading some definitions about it, but Google has a bunch of answers. I would probably just recommend watching a few videos on it. I think that's what I'm going to do after the stream. I a little bookmarked it. There's a few videos I'm going to watch after the stream. Looks like some simple chain differences. E-minis are traded 24/7, even during the weekends, while SPY is only traded during normal market times. Interesting. I usually don't touch futures myself. LUB, guys, making some solid moves back above 2. Gotta say, this one's doing all right. I'm quite impressed. Was not expecting LUB to perform so nicely, but I guess when there's nothing else really moving, people are just looking for something, and that's kind of what we're seeing here with LUB. Google has all the answers, yep. And if Google doesn't have it, YouTube has it, which pretty much is Google. 10:35, and I only did technically one trade since the market opened, so pretty slow day for me. I mean, kind of a nice day on the swing account. This account is nicely up today, really locked in some profits. And then our unlimited account with, you know, our LMND swing trade is obviously down just a little bit, but overall, I'm going to be holding this one ideally until it goes over 50. So we'll have to kind of be watching this one quite closely, but we're only down about $76 on LMND at the moment. And then we had NKLA, we had some messy trades on this one, down about $87 on this one. So we're down a little bit today day trading. We're down more or less 87. We're like 12 minus 87, so like $75 down day trading today. So I'm kind of thinking about upcoming swing trades right now. What would be something that I would like to take advantage of? So we could talk about some future swing trades here a little bit. Banks may be worth looking into as future swing trades from Harley. Yeah, I totally feel this. A lot of them did sell off. It's a good question for NKLA. What's we had that pre-market high $55 or like $54. I'm not totally sure. It depends how strong that deal is. For me, NKLA had such a strong run up already, and I mean, this is really, really strong news, but I'm a little bit more worried it's going to be something like ADT with that Google partnership that runs up way too much, and then it just basically just sells off for the next few weeks. I feel like here, let's just pull it up quickly, and I feel like NKLA is going to be a similar situation. So yeah, so ADT, if you guys remember, this was the big Google partnership, which is great news for the company, but the valuation, the new valuation after the news just was way too much. So this thing was absolutely day traded on up here way too high. And then, that's why it's been selling off ever since. We've been talking about buying ADT in the low 10s or maybe mid 9s. I've been waiting for that mid 9 crash. Still kind of waiting for it. So at the moment, I have no position on ADT, but I'm getting a little bit more comfortable possibly going long ADT. We have the 180-day moving average kind of really acting as support at the moment, at least the 180 moving average on the 4-hour. So I have an alert here if we break under 986, which I think we actually did do, but it was pre-market, so it didn't really count, and that's why my alarm didn't go off. Yeah, Brent, I feel you on that. So we have Sono in our swing trade account. If we just kind of plop it up on here, we have a limit order on Sono, looking for a second entry on it, but overall we already have our average price on Sono at $12.54, and this is a price on Sono we've been talking for weeks about. So luckily we were able to accumulate a little bit in that price category. For now, I'll probably be holding Sono for quite a bit. I don't really plan to sell this one super soon. I feel like this company's been making some really, really good progress. So unless something like specifically came out about it that made me kind of change my mind about it, I'd get out. Otherwise, I like where Sono is right now. About a $2.5 thousand position size, so not really that much. Time frame for swing trades, usually like, I don't know, 1 to 2 weeks. Anything after that, I feel like it gets a little bit more unpredictable, or like, maybe what's going on after that? Why is it taking so long for your swing trade to kind of come to fruition? I would be fine holding one for, 3 to 4 weeks, but after that point, it gets a little bit more, if I'm looking for like 3 months, then I might as well put it in my investment account. It's a little bit how I view it. American Airlines. Look at this little Sally rally here. What happened? Customer experience during airline pandemic sounds like a nightmare. Making people feel safe. It's safe to fly. Welcome to the channel, Karen. Do I ever trade short? Not often. Sometimes I do, but it's pretty rare. I would say like 1% of the time. Bren's got the answer. So NKLA up is up on some of the most. Tesla's, down 14%. I would really not be surprised if Tesla had another bit of a kind of confirmation in this area. I would love to pick up some Tesla. What an absolute wild run. Congrats to anyone that went long here on this one. I totally missed my opportunity. Kind of kicking myself in the butt about this one. This was the single best trade to make today. So I might even talk about Tesla in the recap video a bit more on, upcoming trades on this one. A little bit bummed out I missed that, but, sometimes being a little bit more reserved on a first day back is okay as well. CVAX looks like it found some really solid support around 50, low 50s. It tried several times to break through that, has not worked. Now picking up a little bit of volume again. $17.37 CPEV dropped down, up 7%. I actually have a limit order on this one in the 16, so I was kind of thinking that XPEV might go a little bit lower. So far has not. I'll put a limit order if it does break, but I would like this one as a possible swing trade back to the 20s and maybe above that. So this could be a really good swing trade. XPEV could also be a really good investment. So this is a ticker that I would probably even consider putting in my investment account instead of a swing trade account. Just that way I don't have to try to time it. I just kind of keep buying into XPEV on the way down. But if I was going to do that, I would like to learn a little bit more about the company. But, for pretty much like the Chinese EV ticker, that's quite promising. Maybe even less than 1% of the time. Occasionally I do swing trade some larger caps, but typically small caps I almost never swing short sell. Cruise lines, still not really interested in them. Same with the airlines, looking for another dip down. Quavo is looking at MICT. Jared likes NIO more. MICT. NASDAQ has yet to really recover too much. It doesn't look like it's gonna even recover, actually. I'm looking for that possible dump in the afternoon. I feel like I still staying strong with that one. Big sell-off in it. MICT, I was looking at this one pre-market. You guys already know why I stopped looking at it. I say it all the time. Anything selling off over 30% is usually something I stop looking at, especially, in the 50% selling off territory is ridiculous. It did start kind of making a little bit of a base around $5 and now having a nice little run up to 6. So, that's a 20% move. Not too bad. Shelf registration. I don't really understand why it's up because this news is actually pretty horrible. So let's see here. 250 offering. I think it might be being pumped by some newsletters. I wouldn't be surprised. So a company that has no news like this and is up, I mean, this is negative news. This is not good. So what tends to happen is sometimes they'll pay the promotion company to advertise the stock. And then in the promotions, it literally says like this is a paid advertisement, yada, yada. Those are very dangerous stocks. Sometimes you can ride the move to the upside, but ultimately it's for the company to sell shares onto people that bought that promotion. And you could probably argue that it kind of should be illegal to do something like that. But at the same time, I mean, it's paid advertising and, it's in the fine print. So people are aware of what's going on, or they should be. I don't think I'm going to trade something like MICT. I think, because like on a day like this, I would probably consider trading it because it was up on, it looks like some sort of earnings. There was big volume here relatively, but today, it's kind of creeping up here. Just recently, volume came into this one. Maybe on that break here, VWAP, and then buying the pullback, and then that could be one trade, or then maybe even trying to trade it again. But no, this is not typically the ticker I'd be looking for. Very small volume, especially leading up to that. Yeah, David, that's very true. You convinced a few people to buy this ticker with the amount of volume it had earlier today. It goes up. So are you guys playing SHLL? This thing has had a tremendous move, huh? Look at this. KCAC in the news on SHLL. Kind of crazy. So you guys know KSAC. That is the company QuantumScape merged with, right? Yeah, it's a pretty strong statement. Our ambition is to be a supplier to the industry as a whole. NKLA selling off a little bit here. Looks like possible trend reversal. The problem with a fairly new quote-unquote IPO, roughly, it's not an IPO, but a merger that pretty much put this company into existence, it's hard to find that valuation. If KCAC does go below 18, definitely cracks 20, I could see myself going long KCAC for a swing trade. The reason I'm talking about swing trading right now is just because day trading is a little bit slow today in terms of small caps, so I'm not really day trading right now. I'm just trying to think, what can I add to my swing trade portfolio, maybe my investment portfolio. KCAC could be even a good investment to add to that portfolio, or both, Take them profits, Brad. Nice. So SQQ R3X inverse ETF on the NASDAQ. So if you go long SQQ, you're going short the NASDAQ. Good luck on that. I think you're probably right, and I'm also looking for a bit of a secondary dip or afternoon crash. So I think that's what I'm going to be talking about a little bit in the afternoon video, with a focus on maybe Tesla. I think KCAC is definitely something to look into. That Tesla bounce would have been the best one for sure. I misplay. Today's definitely a bit of a wishy-washy kind of day. Tesla will drop more, no worries. Yeah. My question is, where will Tesla drop accordingly, in this kind of dip range? Because I was looking for that original bounce off of 330, right? And we kind of got that a little bit sooner, but we ultimately got that. So I would have been already taking profits. So now I'm thinking, would I actually do the same trade again? And oftentimes that's a no, which kind of bothers me because this was a pretty good setup. I do think, Tesla might even see the, between 200 and 250. So I would hate to buy Tesla in the 330s, looking for that, bounce again back to the 400s, just to be smacked down all the way to 300. So I'm not totally sure if I'm going to actually end up trading this one again, which is a little bit unfortunate. I'm not totally sure if it's about oil and gas being cheap. Plus, the governments usually put a lot of good incentives on EV vehicles because they're more eco-friendly, especially if there's a lot of countries with a carbon tax, right? So you're actually paying a lot more for gas cars, even if gas is cheaper, because the tax is on that. So I think that's kind of the long-term play you have to keep in mind. I think Tesla long-term is a great buy, but I think still in these areas it's too expensive. GoGo sounds familiar. I forgot which ticker, which company that was. Let's check it out quickly. So it's USA Telecom Service Company, 53 million float, market cap 820 million. In-flight connectivity. So they provide a lot of telecommunication services for jets and other planes. Well, I hope things go good for them because it is quite nice to have Wi-Fi up in the air. Yeah, not totally sure how I'd be trading this one. Big resistance at 10 though. I'd probably be looking for a healthy pullback into the $8 zone, and then if I was interested in buying a GoGo, and then kind of keep trading it from there. So for now, I'll put an alert on here, and then maybe something worth following up. But interesting ticker for sure. Yeah, very true. They don't only make cars, and they're going to come out with that watch too soon. Wearables is one of the biggest, what is it called? I think Apple just sold more wearables, for example, than phones. I think that I was reading an article about that. So wearables is a massive, massive product category that Tesla will be taking advantage of. Starlink works better with higher altitudes. Yeah, fair enough. Starlink's going to be a massive competitor to all these companies. Everything from GoGo to AT&T. Although GoGo might have some sort of deal or specific setup with, they might be providing the infrastructure maybe into the plane. So at that point, it doesn't. That might not be so much as a conflict. Yeah. All right. Well, I got a little bit more research to do, and then we'll be thinking about, where do we want to take some of our swing trades. Again, I'm waiting for a bigger pullback here. Again, maybe in the afternoon. So I'm going to be actually checking the markets on and off after the stream for sure. I would like to go long on several tickers. Still a little bit nervous with Tesla. I'm not sure if I would want to rebuy at 330 where my original price target was. I think I just missed that trade. So we'll kind of see from there. Yeah, I'm super stoked for Starlink. I can't wait for that to go live. No, I want to check out the Neuralink presentations as well. A lot of exciting stuff. All right, guys, let's wrap it up here. Day trading was very, very slow today. I think I'm a little bit red day trading, but our swing trades are nicely in the green. So overall, a good day, or like a slow day, but it was nice to just kind of start the week with no major hiccups. I think that's always a good thing to do, especially after a long weekend. Quickly check here my microphone, some settings. All right. Don't forget to drop a like, guys, on the way out. I really, really do appreciate it. Thanks for stopping by. The chat room was good fun and very helpful again. Always get some good information, trade ideas out of the chat room. I'll see you guys tomorrow, and I'll see you guys again in the recap video today. Don't forget to subscribe if you are new here. We come out with a recap video at the end of every day, at the end of every trading day. Ooh, yeah, space here, back above 17. Very, very nice. Sweet, guys. Till then, stay safe, make some lots of trades. Don't overtrade. We're streaming from Peniche, Lisbon, and we will be for the next 4 weeks. Boom. Ciao, cacao. Peace. Oops, this is the wrong screen. I always click the wrong screen to get out of these live streams. Hold on one second. Ooh la la la, where is the stream button? I actually used my second laptop to close the streams. It's a very weird setup I have here at the moment. I can take as much pressure off my main laptop. So November, it's going to be a revolutionary month for the speed of these streams. All right, guys. Ciao.